Hey, what is going on guys? Dark Gaming here, and welcome to a comparison video between Rakta Ballistica and Ballistica Prime. I meant to do this video ever since I got Ballistica Prime and wanted to point out the fact that no matter how you look at it, Rakta Ballistica is a superior weapon to Ballistica Prime at all times, and I wanted to prove that with this video. Now before we get started, I want to point out that this video is not going to be my return to YouTube. I'm just making this video because I got reminded by my clan here that Rakta and Prime are a thing, and I meant to do this video to pretty much showcase that Rakta is a better weapon. So let's get started. First of all, the stats for Rakta Ballistica, as you can see on the right of the screen, are right there. It's a pretty good weapon, and when properly modded, Rakta Ballistica could easily take down the toughest of enemy units, even bombards at level 100, and right here we'll do exactly that, a corrupted bombard at level 100. This is just meant to showcase the hypothetical potential of this weapon. Of course, this is modded in an appropriate way for this bombard test, and 4 shots. Now keep that 4 shots in mind. And of course, the build is right here. This is not an optimized build. I am still tweaking around it. I previously had Malignant Force, or rather Pistol Pestilence, instead of Scorch for corrosive and heat damage. But I've swapped to radiation damage for the sake of this test, because my Ballistica Prime also has likewise radiation damage currently. Again, not finalized build, and we'll be tweaking around with it. This one specifically needs more mods as well. So don't take the damage tests as set in stone. Those are more or less to give you an idea. And also, I can use the Syndicate proc from Rakta Ballistica in the Simulacrum, so there's also that. But as you previously saw, these are the stats for Rakta Ballistica. These are the stats for Ballistica Prime, and to save you the effort, the damage output is almost the same. Ballistica Prime has just a tiny weeny bit of an extra damage compared to Rakta Ballistica. It looks to be overall faster, the magazine's also higher, and the status chance is doubled. The critical multiplier is 2x instead of 1.5, and it looks like a pretty good weapon. Until the moment that you take it into a mission and you realize it fires 4 shots at once. In comparison, Rakta Ballistica fires 4 shots at once when you do not charge the trigger. It also does so in a burst, so the shots are staggered and not combined. And then there's the burst, which consumes 1 ammo. In comparison, Ballistica Prime always consumes 4 ammo. So that 32 magazine, yeah, that's a lie. This weapon has 8 shots in the magazine. No matter what, it's always 8 shots. So that faster reload, it's a lie. That extra magazine size, it's a lie. This weapon consumes more ammo and reloads more often than a Rakta does. So keep that in mind when you're using a Ballistica Prime. That was an accidental rhyme. So this weapon is in overall just worse, just by looking at that. Because when we go back to the stats here, yes, the status chance is doubled, but that's between 4 bolts, split equally between those 4 bolts, mind you. So the 10% status chance that Rakta has, that's actually the, well, it's the actual double status chance, because per bolt, Ballistica Prime has 5% status chance. I want to make that clear. Each bolt has 5% status chance. Combined, they have 20% status chance. So you could hypothetically say, yeah, Ballistica Prime has higher status chance. That's if you can hit every bolt, and in that case you might as well also talk about Rakta Ballistica hitting every bolt, so you get where I'm going. In terms of status chance, we already prove Rakta is superior. In terms of damage output, the combined damage of Ballistica Prime's bolts is higher than Rakta. Again, it's combined damage. So if you take that into consideration, once again, Ballistica Prime is inferior to Rakta, because Rakta does more damage per shot and per ammo than Ballistica Prime. Then there is the charge and criticals, in which case Ballistica Prime beats Rakta, but it's still not worth using the charge mechanic on Ballistica Prime, because the real reason to use it is to make the ghost that appears when using it, and there is no reason to use that ghost. It literally just spawns in and exists for like 7 seconds and then it just dies. So you might as well just spam the trigger, in which case you're gonna consume a hell of a lot of ammo to kill a single enemy. That took more than 32 shots. That took a magazine and almost 2. But that was spamming the trigger, so let's also make one where I charge the shot. But still, oop, we won't count that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. But that's actually 16 and not 4 as Rakta. And we got that little ghost that, as you saw, by the time that it walked from there to here, it already disappeared. So that ghost is useless. Hands down, useless. So by the time that you charge this thing up to do more damage, you might as well just spam the trigger. So yeah, this weapon's terrible. And I don't want to come out as hating on Ballistica Prime. If you like this weapon, feel free to use it. I'll personally be using it on my Avara setup simply because my Rakta is not suited for that setup, because that setup's a stealth mission setup, so the Syndicate proc actually screws me over a couple of times. But in a realistic scenario, you would still use Rakta because it'll regenerate your energy while in Prowl. So yeah, and speaking of which, we just mentioned, Rakta still has its Syndicate effect, which regenerates your energy and I believe health. I don't remember what the second one is. And it also makes a radial viral proc, so it instantly doubles your damage. I can't showcase that in Simulacrum, unfortunately, because it just won't work. So yeah, this is the light comparison that I wanted to make between Rakta and Prime. Prime's definitely not a good weapon. Like, I wanted to love that weapon, but when you have this thing, it's kind of hard to like a weapon that literally is statistically inferior in every possible way, other than its criticals, which are still not enough to make it come out on top, because its damage output may appear to be higher, but its overall damage will be lower because you consume 4 shots at all times, while with a Rakta Ballistica, you could easily just strap corrosive in there, strip armor, and then do a charge shot and kill the damn guy, while with a Ballistica Prime, you just have to pray to RNGs that you get a bunch of corrosive procs. So, yeah, this is the end of the video. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you learned something about these two weapons and how Rakta is literally just better. And trust me, I've been using Rakta a lot, and I know that weapon is amazing. And just by the first moment I picked up Ballistica Prime in the holidays, I knew that I was not gonna like that weapon. But when I first saw Ballistica Prime in the chat, I just thought that, holy shit, this thing is amazing, and it's definitely gonna beat out Rakta Ballistica because slash procs, and I was wrong. Unfortunately, I was wrong, simply because of that hidden mechanic of multi-shot being a thing. Instead of having a burst fire like Rakta, it just has multi-shot. Ballistica Prime is inferior to Rakta. End of story. It's the same thing with Cernos. You know, fun fact, Rakta Cernos is a better weapon than Cernos Prime. I'm seeing a trend here, do you not? This smiley face right here is just an incredibly pathetic weapon because it's slow and clunky as hell, and it also fires multiple shots horizontally. Meanwhile, this thing is fast as fuck and can do a crap load of damage. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please do leave it a like. If you didn't, please do leave it a dislike. I'll understand. And if you enjoyed it that much that you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing. That's the best way for you to keep up with the videos that I'll be uploading. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll notify you right now that the next video I'm planning on doing is on this exact setup you see right here. My mag, my Panthera, my Pox, and my Zenistar, which is a Hydron killer setup, and that I like to call Golden Droid for obvious reasons. And I have no idea when I'm planning on releasing this video for mag. Probably next month and without commentary, because that's gonna make it long, and I don't want it to be long because it's a pretty simple setup. All you do is hit polarize, hit magnetize if you get a really tough enemy, shoot some pox into the bubble, and if they are still alive, in which case you're probably really high up in Hydron, so you shouldn't be using a mag, you can charge it up with Panthera. And obviously Zenistar, because it's Hydron, you just drop Zenistar on top of the pod at all times. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. I'm gonna go now, and I'll see you in the next video.